Feels like love, Cupid made a shot.
Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Today we're going to create some cute teddy bear nails using some of the colors from the Cookie Bear collection from Yogurt Gel. I got that collection off of Sweetie, and I just recently did a little comparison off of another collection from AliExpress. So it just literally inspired me to do teddy bears because both collections have the cutest teddy bear display, and that is what they're called, is Cookie Bear is the name of the collection. So I'm like, I just need to do some cute teddy bears, and we're still in fall here when I did this set a couple weeks ago, and I feel like these are just very subtle, soft fall tones. We're getting the browns, the creamy whites, and that's just kind of the vibe that I wanted to go. So I kind of want to do a little bit of like a plaidish look, so I'm just gonna legitly draw a few lines down and give a couple of the fingers just a little bit of an extra of a background. I'm gonna add some charms on here. I am going to add some really big bling, a nice big bling cluster, and all of the products that I use I will list down below, and if I have any discount codes for anything, like this Melody Susie flashlight, I absolutely love that guy. It comes in such handy just for quickly flash curing. I don't have to worry about going over and sticking my hand in and out of my big light. You definitely will want to do that to fully cure each one, but I can just flash cure in between each line, and then I can do my double coats. So that's what I've been doing, and even for my rhinestones or anything like that, this really does come in handy just to keep it in place until I want to do my full 60 seconds in my big light. So I'm just going to go and do 2 coats of each of the lines just to kind of get a little bit more of the definition. These are syrup gels, so they're not the most opaque, and I really like that they're actually not really opaque. I love the softness that I'm getting from the syrup gels, but for this I did want a little bit of the color to come through, so I just did 2 coats, and it's still not so harsh either, so I really love the way that they're working. I personally just love the way that this whole set came out. I think it's just so cute, and I just kind of missed the big bling. I just was like mesmerized with my left hand. This one I did my right hand something different. Lately I've been doing that. Is anybody else like that? I just don't remember the last time I fully did matching nails on both hands. I finished the set, and that my intention was to do this actually on both hands. My full intentions of doing so, but the time I finished it I was like, oh my god, you are so cute. But it's like I almost was already ready for something new on my next hand. I don't know, that's such a weird vibe. Let me know if anybody else is like that. I'm just like that, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put the darker color on my pointer and my ring finger, and that is the color that I use to do the lines. And these are the 2 fingers that we're going to use some big bling. We're also going to get a nice big chunky teddy bear little kawaii charm going on in here, and as well as we're going to use some little pearls and stuff like that. So I'll just let you guys continue to watch. We're just doing the basics right now, and I always clean up. I'd say that's like a biggest trick if you can. Always clean up around your cuticles before you cure your gel polish. You never want to get or cure gel polish on your skin. That's how you're going to cause your allergies. So before you stick your hand in that light, have a cleanup brush on the side and make sure you go ahead and clean up around the cuticle. Make sure there's nothing on your skin, and it also will leave your nail looking a lot more professionally and tidy around the cuticle, so it'll just look a lot nicer as well. Not having that extra gel polish all cured and like not evenly distributed around the cuticle, so this will also help with that. I'm gonna go ahead and I do 2 coats on each of, I think I actually did 2 coats of every color. It went in the middle, I apologize. That is the Doi creamy milky white. This one I did 2 coats of that too. Oh my god, this is like the most gorgeous milky white. It's like the perfect milky white in my opinion. I'm really enjoying the Doi. I actually want to grab a couple more from that brand and just kind of like play with them a little bit. But yeah, so I'm just gonna let you guys chill out and watch me continue doing some cute little nails. Before I forget, I did want to let you know that I am using the Gin Bee was like thick one top coat out of the pot there, and I'm gonna use that for 2 of the charms, I think. I actually don't remember, but I think I do use it for the bow for sure, and then but I think the other bow actually I did use the thicker glue to kind of set it in there. But I do it for all these little pearls. I want to do a border of pearl around this nail just to get a little something extra, because I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put a teddy bear in the middle of this, but I just thought that it needed like a little bit of oomph to it, and I really thought the pearls just kind of complement this whole look, to be honest, especially with like the milky white background, and it kind of just ties in a little. So for that I just used the Gin B Thick top coat for that one, and it was perfect because this way all I got to do is put them in it. It's thick enough that it will hold in these charms, or I'm sorry, the pearls, but also kind of keep them in place. And then when I go back over it quickly with another top coat, because for pearls, in my opinion, you want to kind of seal them in with a top coat over top of them. If not, they will get dingy over time. At least probably the ones I buy, honestly. I just get mine from AliExpress, so maybe if you have a better quality you might not have to do that, but for the ones that I usually get, to be honest, I like to go over it with the top coat, and that way you'll stay, and it also helps secure them a little bit better as well, but that way you won't lose the little pearl effect of them and they won't tarnish or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing the border, and this whole little whatchamacallit pearl little kit thingamajig, I got that from AliExpress. If I could find the link, I will make sure I put it down below. All the links will be in the description, and then like I said, any discount codes that I have for any of the products used, I will also put them down there. All the brushes I used in this one is either Madame Glam or Melody Susie. Those are the two brushes that I feel like I reach for the most and are in my little thing on my desk. And yeah, so let's just keep doing some nails. You will see me flip my hand over quite often when I'm doing like nail art and stuff, and the reason I do that is I feel that, especially when I'm doing something like this, I just put all of the top coat on my nail and I've taken my time and I'm putting stuff on my nail, like these little pearls, and in my opinion, when you're doing that, what's going to happen to the gel is that it's going to settle literally like the rim around your nail. So I like to flip my nail upside down just to allow gravity to kind of do its thing a little bit, and that way you're not going to make your nail wide. It's not going to like keep your nail wider. I know I put something on a border, so it is going to make my nail a little bit more wider, but it also just like levels out the gel a little bit more. And especially when you're doing like rhinestones or anything like that, you have your hand sitting flat for a while, so it's always good, in my opinion, to flip your hand upside down, let the gel kind of flow back up into the crevices where you want to put it, rather than it just keeping there and flowing, continue to flow down, right? So it kind of gives it a minute to kind of put it back where it should be, or where we put it in the first place, but maybe time we got to the other end of it, it's kind of settled on the one end. I hope that makes sense. So you'll see me kind of do that often. I think in all my nail art, when I'm doing that, I'm always flipping my hand upside down, and I don't know if I ever really tell you guys why I'm doing that. I don't know, it's just a weird thing that I do. Okay, so for this little bow, I just thought it just again matched the whole vibe. I think I got these off of any of the charms or crystals or anything like that. To be honest, I am a majority of an AliExpress shopper, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I do and have bought some stuff off of Temu and or Shein. So if I can't find it, and some of the stuff I just won't link because I really don't remember honestly either where I got it, but if there's something that you really like, just let me know in the comments, and then I can always like legit put the work in and just go find it for you. But I think these teddy bears were AliExpress. I know the big bling was AliExpress, and the glue that I like to use for my large like kawaiis or big bling or anything that I need to sit something in, like a pointed back rhinestone or something like that, I actually really like this IBD, I think it's just called solid nail tip glue. But you can, like, if you look at this, you can get these nail tip glues anywhere, but something that thick is what you're going to want, because that way your gems that will sit in it and it'll hold it. None of my gems fell off this whole set. Actually, nothing fell off this whole set. I wore it just for over a week. I think that's usually about my maximum until then I want to change it, or again to create new content. So for this, I like to buff out my nail a little bit. What I did do, I don't think I even kept it on camera, I apologize, is that I already top coat that nail, and that's what I like to do anyways. Before I put my big charms on or anything, I like to go ahead and top coat everything, because I will not be going over my charms or my bling. Besides that bow, I will top coat over that. You really want to kind of get all around it, that way it's not going to get caught in your hair or anything like that. But for this little teddy bear, I already top coated the actual nail, so I'm going to go in with the glue pardon me, and I put enough glue on it to really let this bear sit in it. But I am also going to go and take my cleanup brush, and I'm really packing the glue into it, so you're not going to see the glue just in my nail. Like when you're looking at my nail, you should not see the glue, but I really want to make sure that there's enough glue that's going to hold the teddy bear, so if it does get caught, it's not just going to rip off. And also just to kind of like, again, pack it in so you don't get like it caught on your hair and all that. You kind of want to get all the little crevices, and it just will help. And I've recently purchased this Gin B liner, and I've actually used the liner, I'm not gonna lie, dip it in the crazy top coat too, but you could obviously just use a liner brush for that, and it's actually kind of neat that it just does that. It's convenient, to be honest, and I think that's really, it's convenient. But it's a no wipe, so what I will do, because the IBD gel does have a tacky layer to it, so you're going to want to seal that in. So either with any type of top coat, you're going to want to go around just that, and again, like here with this type of bow, because it's not a crystal or nothing like that, I'll just top over the whole thing, and that way it also, like I said, it kind of helps to not get caught on little things like your hair and just anything like that, or if you are moving and shaking, sometimes those little edges can like stab you and it's just not comfortable and get caught on things. So these type of things I like to kind of seal around it a little bit better. And then we're going to go in with another cute little bow. This bow actually is a metal bow, but it has like a little, I don't know how you call it, like a little bump on the underside of it. It's not flat. So to me, this was not like working very well with just a very thin top coat or a thin glue like the Gin B. It's too thin for something this bulky, I feel, in my opinion. So I like to, these type of charms, I like to set it in something. That way it can still stay flat, because now it's just in the glue and it'll hold. And again, this one I'm pretty sure I do go over a top coat over that one as well. Okay, now we're gonna get into some big bling, some big bodies. So for that, again, I've already top coated my nail, but I am gonna go ahead and buff out just around the area that I'm gonna put the glue, and that will just help really secure your glue. Remember, if you're just putting it over the top coat, it could still work, don't get me wrong, but this is just gonna ensure that it actually has something to stick to, because glue doesn't like to stick to smooth surfaces, and top coat's a smooth surface. So I'm just gonna get some really big bling. All this bling that I have in this little container, it's a mixed pot. I know that drives a lot of you crazy. I have read the comments and I love you all so much. You're like, no girl, I couldn't do it, I need to sort it. But to be honest, this is the fun part about it. This is why I bought all these mixed big charms and I mixed them all together, is because I wanted that inspiration. So for me, when I was doing this, I knew that, okay, I wanted that bling. So when I took that and I grabbed colors that matched it, and then the yogurt gel just was a perfect, like it was literally, I feel like they were all meant for each other. And this is how I buy stuff. I buy stuff because I know I'm going to use it in a certain way, and then this just worked out perfectly in my opinion. So I can just go ahead and grab different style of big charms, and I put enough glue on my finger that I can kind of squeeze and put it all in together. I really hope that that makes sense. You do want a decent amount of glue when you're using really, really big charms. Now, I like this glue because, again, you can sit stuff in it. And you could also use acrylic for this. You could use polygel. I used to use polygel when I first started. I thought that worked really well, but it's actually a little stickier. So actually this glue works really, really well. I like that style of glue. I'm trying to see if I can find the Gin B, like one of them, to see if that could be, because it's a non-tack, that could work really well. But again, having the liner mostly works really well for me, and I don't really care that it's tacky, because once you get in and get all your bling in there together and cure it, I'm gonna go around all the edges, and you will see that I apologize, I was really badly out of frame in a couple of this, even though I have my monitor on. Like I don't know, I get in my own little groove of things, I guess, and I forget that I'm filming. Just having too much fun. So, but I do go in with the Gin B liner. Again, you could just use a top coat and a liner brush. It's completely up to you. I just really enjoy trying new products, and I'm really enjoying this product so far. So that, I just go ahead and I actually will go in all the crevices of the big bling, and that way we'll extra seal it in, but it also makes sure that you're kind of sealing in any of the sticky layer, and you won't have to worry about that. But it also really helps for, again, in not getting caught on things like hair and all that type of stuff. None of these crystals fell off. I wore them completely out. I did do a peel off base on this, so I was able to pop them off, and I kind of like that sometimes, to be honest, because that way I can save the set and like have a reminder and be like, oh, that's what I did there, you know what I mean? So that's kind of cool about the peel off base. I do enjoy that, but I also like the way that I do it, because I can wear my nails out pretty much until as long as I want, until I want to take them off and just use a debonder, and they pop off pretty easy. So I really enjoy that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna keep on kind of doing the bling. Like I said, I just squish it all together. I think that's like the way I personally like to do it. If anything, I would say my biggest thing when doing all nail art is have a good little cleanup brush on the side. Any brush works honestly for a cleanup brush, but you always want to be like cleaning up around your cuticles, like especially before you cure anything, and make sure there is no glue on your actual crystals, like your bling. Do not go over that with glue or top coat. Oh my goodness, that hurts my soul every time I see it. You will see in here that I'm going over the edges of both of them. So I'm going in between each crystal. Will a little smidge of top coat might get on it? Yes, maybe a smidge. I still will try to clean it up as best of my ability, to be honest. I know, sorry, I'm so out of frame. But you don't want to go over the actual crystals. You will lose the bling. And then in the very end shot, you'll see I keep moving my hand because the bling is just so mesmerizing. I'm just like in awe of it. I love it. I love them. Let me know in the comments, would you rock this set? I totally just loved it. I think it's so cute. I'm actually excited to get in and just kind of create more nail art like this, but let me know below, would you rock it? Make sure you hit that subscribe, share it with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.